This is Dikshit sir. I am coming up with a series of videos for standard 10th. I am going to follow the syllabus of NCERT Maths standard 10. I've just have a copy of syllabus. This is new syllabus for NCERT 10. The first topic is real numbers. The second is polynomials. The third is pair of linear equations in two variable. The fourth topic is quadratic equations. Then we have arithmetic progression, triangles, then coordinate geometry. Then we have introduction to trigonometry. The next topic or chapter 9th is some application of trigonometry. Then we have circles, construction, then area related to circle, surface areas and volumes, statistics. Next is probability, and last is proofs in mathematics and mathematical modeling. So this is the syllabus which I am going to cover. But to start with, the first topic which I am beginning is trigonometry. Trigonometry. What do you mean by trigonometry? Trigonometry is a branch of mathematics which deals with the measurement of angles and sides of a triangle. I have directly started with chapter 6 expecting that the basic things are known to you, like triangle, definition of a triangle, a quadrilateral, that I am assuming that you know it properly. Now see, trigonometry is what? It is that branch of mathematics which deals with measurement of angles and sides of a triangle. I am underlining this, angles and sides of triangle. So this is the branch which deals with angles and sides of triangle, their measurement. The word trigonometry is derived from two Greek words, that is trigonon means triangle, and next is metron, that means measure. So therefore we said that trigonometry deals with measuring or measurement of angles and sides of a triangle. Let us continue further with some basic definitions. Now what do you mean by angle? See, I have drawn a diagram over here. It's like OA is a ray, correct? It's assume it, I have named it as initial side OA, it's a ray, and this side OB is another ray, it is called terminal side. So what is an angle? An angle is a measure of rotation of a given ray about its initial point. Rotation of a given ray. See, this given ray was OA, it's rotating anti-clockwise. If you see, it has rotated anti-clockwise this side, correct? So measure of rotation of a ray about initial point. The point O is fixed. This OA ray has moved. See, if I put a pen over here, this is an initial point, and if I rotate this way anti-clockwise, then we get an angle. It is the measure of rotation of a given ray about a initial point. Hope you are getting this. Next is measure of an angle. The measure of an angle is the amount of rotation. Now friends, see, this OA ray is the initial side. It has rotated about this point to OB. Now what measure of an angle is what? It is the amount by which it has rotated. So if you see this arrow, it has rotated anti-clockwise by this much quantity, and this is nothing but an angle. So it is the measure of an angle is the amount of rotation. See, I'll underline this. Measure of an angle is what? It is the amount of rotation from the initial side to the terminal side. This is initial side, this is terminal side. The amount of rotation is called the measure of an angle. Very simple definitions, but need to be studied. Next is sense of an angle. It is determined by the direction of rotation of the initial side into the terminal side. It is determined by the direction of rotation of the initial side to the terminal side. See, sense of an angle. Again, read the definition twice, thrice. Sense of an angle is determined by the way this side is rotating about this point. See, now I'll continue further. If the direction of rotation is anti-clockwise, just focus at this pen again. See, this is my initial side and this point is fixed. Okay. Now if this ray is rotating anti-clockwise, okay, this is anti-clockwise, or the other way around, if I keep it this way and I rotate it clockwise, fine. So there are two positions, or these are the two conditions. Now we'll read whatever is written. If the direction of rotation is anti-clockwise, the way it is shown in this figure, if the direction of rotation is anti-clockwise, then the angle is said to be positive. A bit you need to understand this properly. A bit important thing to be noted: if it is moving anti-clockwise, see, if this ray OA this is initial ray, if this is rotating anti-clockwise, then this angle is positive. And if this ray is rotating clockwise, again I'll put a pen over here. See, if this is fixed point, this is a ray, if I rotate it anti-clockwise, then this angle is what? It is a positive angle. And if I rotate this ray clockwise, you are getting, this is clockwise rotation, so this angle will be a negative angle. And this is nothing but the sense of an angle. Angle in standard position. An angle is said to be in standard position. An angle is said to be in standard position if its vertex coincides with the origin O. See, look at this figure. I have drawn two axes, that is x dash x and y dash y. Okay, this is like this particular part is called first quadrant. I'll write over here, this is called first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third, and this is fourth quadrant. This you have studied in standard 8 itself. This is first, second, third and fourth quadrant. Okay, these are the axes, and this O is origin. Now see, this OPM, there are some letters named over here. Now go through the definition again. An angle is said to be in standard position if its vertex coincides with the origin O and the initial side coincides with OX. Just focus here. See, this is OM. Okay, the initial side, it coincides with this axis OX and the point coincides with the origin. Then this particular and this ray is then moving to this OP. So this angle is in standard position. This angle is said to be in standard position. Let us move ahead with a very important topic which is important for numericals: system of measurement of angles. Friends, there are basically three systems of measurement of angles. The first is sexagesimal, second is centesimal system, and third is circular system. First is sexagesimal system, centesimal system and circular. Now let us understand the three systems in detail. Sexagesimal system, in this system a right angle is divided into 90 equal parts called degree. Each degree is divided into 60 equal parts called minute. Let us go slow. See, this in this particular system, a right angle, I hope you understand right angle. Okay, a right angle is divided. If you see, I'll draw a figure over here. If you see clock, if you can imagine a clock, this particular angle is right angle Now this right angle is divided into 90 equal parts. If you divide this quarter into 90 parts, correct? So that one part will be called as a degree. Each degree is divided, then if you divide each degree into 60 equal parts, each part will be called as a minute. Clear? Okay, let us move ahead. Each minute is divided into 60 equal parts called as second. If you write, if you want to conclude this particular point, just go through this. One right angle is equal to 90 degrees. Therefore, you have learned in standard 8 or standard 9 that right angle is 90 degree. But how it is so? That is, in this particular system, the angle right angle is divided into 90 equal part and each part is called a degree, and therefore I say one right angle is equal to 90 degrees. Then if I divide, if you consider 1 degree and divide it into 60 parts, then it is 60 minutes. 1 degree is divided into 60 minutes. It is denoted as 60 and a dash. Next is 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. It is denoted as 60 and double dash. Next system of measurement of angle is centesimal system. In this system, a right angle is divided into 100 equal parts called grades. These are three systems actually. First system we studied, it is like degrees, minutes and seconds are the measures of angle. In this centesimal system, we have different measures. The measure is called grade. Then each grade is subdivided into 100 minutes and each minute is divided into 100 seconds. Now just go through this. One right angle is 100 grade. See the difference, you just keep on comparing this system and the second system. First was in degrees, second was in grade. See, one right angle here it was divided in 90 degrees. Here one right angle is nothing but 100 grades. It is denoted as 100 and you have to write here a small letter G. This is 100 grades. One grade is 100 minutes. Here it was 1 degree was 60 minutes and here it is 1 grade is 100 minutes. So are you getting the difference? Next is 1 minute is 100 seconds. Here students normally get confused because we have a habit of saying that 1 minute is 60 seconds, which holds true over here but not here. In this system, 1 minute is divided into 100 parts and each part is called a second. Therefore 1 minute is 100 seconds in this centesimal system. Clear? Okay. Next is circular system, and in this system the unit of measurement is radian. Barabar, this system, the unit we measure angles in radian, and 1 radian denoted as 1, you have to put a small c at the top of it. So 1 radian is the measure of an angle subtended at the center. 1 radian is the measure of an angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc of length equal to the radius of the circle. Equal to the radius of the circle. Just I'll draw a figure over here, or just a sec, we'll use a slate for this. See, friends, let us understand. If I draw a circle, over here, see, its radius is, say for example, 1 centimeter, correct? So now what you have to do is, you have to draw an arc, or you have to consider an arc whose length is 1 centimeter. So length of this particular arc, the length is 1 centimeter. So the angle which will be subtended over here is called 1 radian. It is denoted as, here I will write, this angle will be 1 radian. Now what is 1 radian? Just go through the definition again. 1 radian is the measure of an angle subtended by the subtended at the center of the circle by an arc of length equal to the radius of the circle. See, the radius here was 1 centimeter. This, the length of this arc from this point to this, I'll name it as A and B. I'll name this point as A and I'll name this point as B. Correct. So AB, the length is again equal to the radius. If such happens, then this angle will be, then this particular angle will be 1 radian. Hope you are getting the things. Friends, we studied 3 systems of measuring angle. In first system, we measured the angle in degree. In second, we use grade. In third, we use radian. Now we are planning, or we are targeting to find a relation between these 3 measures: degree, grade and radian. Let D be the number of degrees, R be the number of radian and G be number of grades in an angle theta. See friends, understand this, angle theta is constant. Now theta, the angle, if it is measured in degrees, it is equal to D degree. If this theta angle is measured in radian, it is R radian, and if theta is measured in grade, it is G grade. Now let us derive some relation. Please focus and concentrate. A very important relationship. See, 90 degrees is 1 right angle. This you all know very well. Now if I want the value of 1 degree, what you are supposed to do is divide both sides by 90. So 1 degree is equal to 1 upon 90 right angle. Now if I multiply this by d degrees, that is d can be any number. Say if d equal to 5, then I will write here 5 degree is equal to 5 upon 90. I generalize terms, we can write that d degree, that is I am multiplying this particular relation by both sides by d. So I will get d degrees is equal to d upon 90 right angle. Correct. Next is therefore theta, because d was what? D was measure of our angle theta. So therefore you can write as theta is equal to d upon 90 right angles, equation number 1. In the same way, let us continue further. This is second part 2, that is pi radian. Okay, pi radian is 2 right angle. Friends, this relation, I hope you know this, that is 2 right angles is nothing but equal to pi radian. Correct. So pi radian is 2 right angle. So 1 radian will be, this pi will divide the both sides by pi. So we will get 1 radian is equal to 2 upon pi. Correct. So therefore now they multiply this relation by r. So r radian is equal to 2 upon pi r right angle, and this again I am not written over here. This is nothing but, because r stands for theta, so I'll write here theta. Why so? Because in the beginning I said all these 3 are the measures of angle theta. So I got the first relation, theta is d by 90. Second, I got r radian, and r is nothing but theta, measure of angle theta. So therefore angle theta is equal to 2 pi r or 2r upon pi right angles, equation 2. Now let us derive something for grade. 100 grade is 1 right angle. Why so? A couple of minutes back we studied that 1 right angle is divided into 100 grades. So therefore I will write 100 grade is equal to 1 right angle. So 1 grade, divide both sides by 100. So 1 grade is equal to 1 by 100 right angle. Therefore G grade is equal to G by 100 right angle. Now again the same theory follows. G grade, but G is measure of angle theta. So therefore theta is equal to G by 100 right angle. If you see, I will name this as equation number 3. If you can see, three equations simultaneously. This theta is d by 90 right angle, theta is 2 by pi into r right angle, and theta is equal to g by 100 right angle, equation 3. All these three in all these three equations, left hand sides are equal, so we can equate the right hand side. So it follows that, see, d upon 90 is equal to g upon 100 is equal to 2r upon pi. A very important relationship which we are going to use in our numericals. Hope you got whatever has been taught to you. This is the first video, so I'm going very slow, and a very important topic regarding your 10th syllabus. We'll stop here and we shall continue with the numericals and further topics with level 2 trigonometry. So for this moment, thank you.